Hello, everybody. This is the Mad Gary 222 here with JJ. That's not him in the background. That's my sister. Could you get out the shot, ma'am? Of course, she's gonna stand in the back and do stupid shit. I already see her. All right. So me and Johnny. Wait. Let me just show Johnny's here. Can't really see him. There he is, eating his popcorn like a fat ass. All jokes here on my show. But we're going to talk about last night's Raw, which was the first Raw of 2012. January 2nd, 2012. The end of the world of WWE as we know it. I don't really know. We started off the night with a Cena promo. He talked about WrestleMania with The Rock briefly. He said about how he's rising above hate. He doesn't care what people think. It's all their right to say what they think about everything in the WWE right now. Kane came out and said he will embrace the hate tonight and he'll show them. Dude, chill the fuck out. God damn it. If you hear him, he's playing music in the background. God damn. Well, we had a promo after that, which was Miz and Johnny Ace, a.k.a. John Laryngitis. I'm sorry, dude. Bad accents.
The vice president of televisions and general manager
John Laryngitis, aka Johnny Ace. They did a promo. Miz was talking about what's John Laryngitis gonna do about Truth, and he said, well, Truth was provoked because 2 months ago Miz did something. He's like, I really don't know what you're talking about. He said he's a sitting duck now because of he left the office and R-Truth was kind of stalking him. He did this thing like, I don't know, Miz was running around looking like scared about him, like running away from him, kind of, and Truth like came out of nowhere. The first appearance that he does on Raw on the night, he comes out of nowhere with this weird ass country suit, and he's like, Jesus Christ. Well, then we had Bryan versus Rhodes, champion versus champion, the World Heavyweight versus the Intercontinental. On Friday, if you watch it, Bryan will face Big Show, putting the World Heavyweight title on the line, and Rhodes will fight Booker T, putting the Intercontinental title on the line. They did a segment on SmackDown last week with Dustin Rhodes, a.k.a. Goldust. I didn't watch it, so I can't really talk about it. But this match was actually pretty good. It was like they both were counteracting each other, but Rhodes had the upper hand till Daniel Bryan jumps up on the top rope, jumps out, and does like a kick to Rhodes. I'm sorry, I really want to mention this. I forget what match it is, but I remember watching one of the matches. I think it was either this one or the Miz Sheamus match. There was a huge botch. I forget which one. Did you see that? Someone botched in one of their matches. It was real fucking great. He like punches him in the face. Someone, I think it was this one. When Rhodes does one of the punches, like he goes to his knees and punches him, he doesn't actually punch him. He just puts it like right up to his chin. Of course, wrestling's fake, but it was like great how he did it. Like he didn't even hit him, and Bryan's like, "Oh my god!" It was, but overall the match was good. Bryan won because he did like a Davey Boy. I'm gonna call it because Shawn Michaels used to do it. I think they called it the Davey Boy. He ducked him up for the pin and won the match. And Rhodes was like, what the fuck just happened? That match was pretty good. We have the Barrett versus Morello match, which started with Barrett talking about how he threw Randy Orton off the steps and how he's injured and how he might... I don't think he mentioned it, but he's not going to show up at WrestleMania or some shit. I don't care for Barrett, honestly. Barrett or Morello, they're just...
I like Morello's personality, but he has no skill.
Yeah, well, that's the point. He's more of a comedy gimmick. If you notice, Vladimir Kozlov started with a bunch of talent. Morello's not a heel.
What's a heel again?
A heel, let me explain this for all you two. A heel is like the bad guy, and a face is the good guy. Baby face and heel, bad. Well, then we had the Miz Sheamus match, which started off pretty much the Miz just punching the shit out of Sheamus. Sheamus threw him up on the rope and started bashing him in the chest and shit like 50 times. And everyone's like, oh my god, wow. The Miz started running away. R-Truth shows up out of nowhere and he's like, hey, guess what I found? R-Truth's like, Miz, guess what I found? Little Jimmy. And he says, Miz gotta get got. I'm sorry. That was a bad black guy voice. I'm not going to fucking do an R-Truth voice. Well, he goes after him. Miz jumps over the barricade again. Like, gets back to the ring area. Jumps over the barricade. And Sheamus does his broad kick. Knocks him out. R-Truth grabs, of course, for the second week in a row, the water bottle of death, I like to call it. Runs up, hits him in the head with the water bottle, and gets him out. Miz goes back up in the crowd and says, Little Jimmy has something to say. He hands it to this random little kid. The kid's just like standing there like, what? And the dad's like, I guess it was his dad or someone. The older guy next to him. Cool story, bro. But, all right. No, I'll fix it later. But he says, little Jimmy says, Happy New Year, Miz. And he's like, Happy New Year, Miz. And then that's pretty much the end of it. And I was like, all right, I guess I can deal with that. Then we went into a commercial break that started off with, well, going back into the show, the first promo was the first Royal Rumble with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They showed clips from it. It was an all right. It looked all right. Yeah, that guy has the collection, which we had mentioned on another show. We had a Ziggler promo with Vicky, and he talked about, with Justin Gabriel, I think it was. No, not Justin Gabriel. Justin, what the fuck's the one announcer's name? Justin Matthews, or Alex I don't fucking know. Justin Matthews, and Ziggler was like, he's gonna win the belt and shit, which immediately went into the match, which was Ziggler versus Punk, which ended up being it was pretty good. Like, they were both having a good match. Then, of course, John Laryngitis comes out because I think Ziggler pulled off the apron pad or whatever the fuck, the ring pad. And he's like, all right, well, we have to tie this shit up. Ziggler hits, well, it all happens. It's going to end up being a screw job. Punk or Ziggler hits John Laurinaitis onto the apron, and then he throws Punk onto the rope. Johnny Ace pulls down the rope. What do you call it? Punk flies out the ring and ends up getting a 10 count, which means he loses the match and Ziggler wins. I don't know if he's a champ. I think they set it up where they're going to fight at the Royal Rumble because Punk storms into Johnny Ace's office with David Otunga in there. Otunga's like, whoa, what are you doing here, buddy? He's like, I forget what the fuck he said. He's like, he's all pissed off and shit. And Johnny Ace is like, well, he earned a match at the Royal Rumble or some shit like that. So at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be Punk versus Ziggler for the belt.
Special guest referee, Johnny Ace.
I think John Laryngitis. We had the Bella Twins versus Eve and Kelly, which was just filler, of course.
I love it. They're sexy. I love you, girls.
Yes, they do look pretty sexy. Well, the Bella Twins won the match because
Twin magic.
I call it twinning. Taking a Jersey Shore reference, hashtag twinning.
Ew.
Well,
Jersey Shore's a bunch of fake people. They go around New York and New Jersey just to find the most shittiest, dumbass people. Yeah, but Snooki, I love you. You're hot.
I remember from WrestleMania 27, I wanted her nipple to fly out or sure. Alright, well, I'm going to have to rush this up a little bit. They showed a promo, which was a flashback, Royal Rumble 95. Shawn Michaels won. Then we went into the End of the World promo, which the screen started shaking. Gave me a fucking headache. Y2J came out, did a 10-minute jizz fest, just running around the ring. Yeah. Left. Finally, people caught on, like, wait, he's a heel. So they started booing. He gave that fucking sinister grin when he was leaving, like, I'm back, motherfucker. Then we went into our main event. Big Show, Ryder and Cena versus Henry, Swagger, Kane. And Kane didn't come out to the ring, so Kane was a no entry. And it turned into a handicap elimination match. I also forgot to mention there was another promo, which was a little segment. Ryder, Eve, and Swagger. And Swagger's like, someone has someone's an imposter with the title. And Ryder, of course, with his goofy fucking gimmick. Oh, whoa, 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 who is it? And then he was like, he's making fun of you. And then they won the match, of course, leading into, hold up, I'm sorry, fuck. Well, it ended up leading into this match. Kane didn't show up at the ring, thanks with David Otunga coming to give the news. So it went into the match. The first eliminations were Show and Henry, which was a double DQ. Then, of course, it takes a few seconds. Ziggler and Cena tear down Swagger. Swagger gets an STFU from Cena, and Cena wins the match, which makes them the winners. Kane comes out. Cena comes out to attack him, and then, which I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I don't think it's on this one. It was on the one I taped before. Kane's gay bondage moment, which he fucking chokes Cena. I think it's the fucking gayest thing ever. It's like, I read a blog about this, and he's like, what is he, 1990 Kane? Or Undertaker? Fuck. What do we say? Gay bondage fucking chokes Cena. He sees Ryder out in the ring, in the middle of the ring, like, oh shit, because he popped out of the ring. And then Ziggler's like, what the fuck's going on? So Kane comes over, starts dragging Ziggler into the bottom of the ring, which is pretty much dragging him to hell. At the last second, Cena jumps out of nowhere, grabs him, and then the back explodes. Then the ring has a big explosion, ending the night with a what the fuck. He's gonna show me. You pretty much that night was a whole question mark. I want to do a little thing called the high and low of Raw. What was your high and low of Raw last night?
High part. The funny, or like, could I do like high is funny?
Yeah, that's the point. Like your favorite part of the night, or your least favorite part of the night.
Least favorite, Jericho not really doing anything. And favorite part, when Kane had his gay bondage moment.
My favorite part of the night had to be Jericho's comeback because it was so snobby and shit. And everyone realized it was a heel. I was like, what the fuck at first? But I was like, this is actually pretty good. It's fucking Chris Jericho, for God's sake.
You were pissed off.
I was pissed that he came back, but you have to admit, it's Chris fucking Jericho. My second favorite had to be Daniel Bryan beating Cody, because I don't like Cody, really. My least favorite of the night had to be Kane's gay bondage and CM Punk losing the belt to Ziggler or getting his match. I don't think Ziggler should win the match. I don't think Ziggler should win the belt. Why? Because fucking Dolph Ziggler... Let's remember, Dolph Ziggler went from being Kerwin White's bag boy to a male cheerleader to the arrogant heel. Like, really, this guy... He was Nikki. He was Nikki in the Spirit Squad. Which one was he? Yes, he was. Because if you watch the video, he's the one that goes, Nikki!
No, because Nikki, he was the one that had the brown hair. He was the short brown-haired one.
Nikki. It was Nikki. Alright, well, thank you for watching WWE Talk 3. Hopefully you motherfuckers start putting in a mailbag, because I want to start doing a mailbag. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tune in for next week or the next episode of WWE Talk.